Ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the WWE CHAMPS Blind Box figures unboxing. Because I rarely open normal wrestling figures because of, you know, I like to keep them mint on card, mint in box and the like, unless I have doubles. We won't get opportunities for many unboxings on this High Octane's Obsessions YouTube channel. So for these blind box things, I'll do an unboxing here as a bit of a thing for the viewers to enjoy. These WWE champs, you got the one champs, yeah, a lot of you got accessories, the figure itself, and the vessel, which is this championship belt shaped thing. A little card that comes with it, and the collector's guide. And apparently this is the special edition Cena, and I don't know if it's just specifically these two, Cena and Orton, or there's other special edition ones, but either way, good bit of fun. These remind me of the old WWE Minis blind bag action figures that back when we had a Target here in Cowra, New South Wales, I used to spend a lot of money on those, and I doubled up 2 or 3 times in each one. And the last two I had left was Rusev and Bret Hart, and I discovered that there is a way to look up the code on the back. I don't know if these have got the same thing. They probably do if I look that up. And you go through the ones in the shop, and there's a code, specific code for each figure, and yeah, very quickly when I did that, I secured the last two that I needed. Looks sus as anything to the shopkeeps, but they know I'm a local wrestler and promoter, so I'm a weird bloke to start with. Doesn't necessarily mean dishonest. You can be a weird bloke without being dishonest, and I know honesty and wrestling promoters don't traditionally go together, but I think I proved myself to this town in terms of honesty, if not anything else. But yeah, some people, some wrestlers and promoters would not be caught dead, like opening stuff like this, and publicly admitting to their obsessiveness and the huge collection they have. At the end of the day, I'm happy to do that. I'm proudly a mark for this pro wrestling malarkey I've sacrificed my health and my money for, and my basically everything. Yeah. At the end of the day, wrestlers wear the biggest marks going, and the promoters are even bigger marks because we put money into it, especially those spending dead people's money to when they're not even a wrestler, like actually performing on the show. But that's a story for another day. Those dodgy AF wrestling promoters, whether old broken down wrestlers with not much left, young kids with an inheritance with nothing better to do with it because they're losers, or, you know, the ones who like to take the chemical enhancement or get a lot of, like, pretty much getting high on the hair dye because they still think they got a chance of making it big overseas when they're pathetic and there's a million people a million times better than them. But that, I'm going off on a tangent. The actual wrestling promoters, yes, we're marks, but most of us aren't like the people I've just mentioned. Most of us just paying for our own habit and having a bit of fun, doing good for our communities and getting that creative and performance outlet. But yeah, tangent for another day that can be gotten into further. But here we go with the WWE Champs unboxing. Here we have Jey Uso with the Yeet glasses. I asked Father Dearest for these for Christmas. He couldn't find any, but I found them in Big W in orange, $10 each. And but of course, my dad, he doesn't really watch modern wrestling unless it's shows that I run. Now that I'm not at home, now that I'm living on the ICW Central West compound on my own with my fur babies, Bobby and Missy, and he wouldn't have even known who Jey Uso is or what the saying Yeet is, so he wasn't able to find these. But yeah, I found one. They're pretty decent little things. They got this little wrapping thing and that. So I'll try and pay the wrapping the respect that it deserves and not just tear it apart. I tend to keep these things pretty good and even collect like these little bits of wrappers and that. I totally admit I'm a hoarder. I've no illusions about it. Not just a collector, but a hoarder. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. There we go, the package maintains its shape. A sliver of plastic. I've got a yo-yo there. I'm trying to get back into yo-yoing, but I have no idea what I'm doing and can't seem to get it. I can't even get the yo-yo to like retract once up the string. And again, tangent for another day. Maybe someone one day learn me how to do yo-yoing once again like I used to when I was a kid. The pro-yo that I used to have as a kid, I accidentally smashed on the front path, and I'm still spewing about that when I was 12. But they had a clutch, and it made the spinning real easy. But yeah, these ones are cheap ones from the reject shop, no clutch. So I'm not sure if I'm doing it wrong or I've set them up wrong, or just they're not as good because they don't have that clutch of the Pro Yo back in 1996. But yeah, maybe someday someone can tell me. And just as a word of a little note for those looking at the channel, the reason the comments are turned off is some problematic people out there. I won't give them the press that they don't deserve, but until their money runs out and they go under, they'll probably keep the comments off just because they like to cause trouble under pseudonyms and the like. But yeah, once they're gone under again, we'll turn those comments on and grow our little community on High Octane's obsessions. But at the end of the day, they can't do anything. They're not going to say anything or do anything they haven't done before and failed at, or said before and hasn't meant anything. But yeah, so we have Randy Orton. I don't know if that means that it's a Randy Orton figure in there. I believe it does, because I got a Cena one before, and it was a Cena figure. I don't know if that's the... Yeah, that does look like the limited edition, special edition ones. That's pretty cool if so. Yeah, special edition, wow. Emma's favourite wrestler, Randy Orton. Quite fitting here at Christmas. Our first Christmas since Emma's dad William's passing, so that's a nice little thing to happen. Randy Orton. And we've got this. I think this is the thing with all the series and that. All the various figures. Yeah, so that's it. They'll probably tell us if that's this little display thing. I believe that is, well, it says. So I guess you can't really lie to you, or they can, but I don't know. I don't know why they do such a thing. If you've found the thing and it's like a low number, low print run. Randy Orton. They've got Randy Orton with red trunks. That's pretty cool. But this is the one with the black trunks. Yeah, we'll see if we got that Randy Orton in there. Can't. For those who know, I've nerve damage in my arms, and it's very hard to like fold and hold things and that. So I can't write with a pen anymore. So that's your collection. I believe that's like the main run. Yeah, there's a special. Yeah, it looks like we have got the special edition. That might mean we got the WWE Championship belt. So hopefully, wearable ring belt, royal ring belt. Yes, that'll go straight into the collection, into the, I would say, pool room, but in my case, it's a wrestling room. I have two of them, plus a career room for the stuff from my own career, and this bedroom, which is loaded with stuff. I had someone visit here once. They said they've never seen this much wrestling stuff in their life, and they'd taken 3 steps into my bedroom. Hadn't even gone to the actual like designated wrestling rooms yet. Yeah, so it's pretty impressive. Sometimes I forget that. Sometimes I just think this is par for the course for all people involved in the wrestling business. Oh, see the hand there. Randy Orton, no head. Yes, that is the Randy Orton figure with the RKO. Randall Keith Orton with his gesticulating, his gesture, his taunt, as we say in the industry. What do we have here? Yes, that feels like the belt. I don't know whose finger that's gonna ever sit on. There's my middle finger. I won't even fit on my middle finger or my ring finger, but there, yeah, middle finger to the people I don't like. And a thumbs up to the people I do. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Nice little bit of fun. I reckon every time I go to a big W, I might grab one of these. Oh my goodness, here's this Randy Orton's crotch. His anus and his crotch. Buttocks and legs. And we'll try and get in here without doing too much destruction. I'll cut this with the scissors. This two-armed laceration device. Fairly popular in this day and age. Quite the innovation in terms of accessing things that would not be accessible without lacerating them in a safe manner with a two-armed, two-pronged laceration device, as we see here. Stainless steel scissors. So yeah, we'll put this bad boy together, and then later on I'll put him in the collection. So insert the crotch and the waist and the legs and everything else. I think I got him back to front. Got his dick pointing backwards here. Have I got his dick pointing? No, dick goes forward. There's that little design, simplified design, goes forward. The Orton on the anus. His belt. I don't think he can wear the belt. I'll see later. I'm running low on battery, so I don't want to piss fart around too much. His head on, yeah, a bit of an exaggerated head. I don't believe that's grammatically. Oh, what do you call it? Not grammatically. Fuck that word. You know, anatomically correct. There we go. Me with the vocabulary. There we go. Randy Orton doing his gesture. That's not going to stand up real well, but I'll find somewhere to land on in the wrestling room. And yeah, some would say JD McDonough. All due respect to him, but a lot of people make fun of his big head. It's big, but not as big as like I've known people with bigger heads and smaller brains. But again, a story for another day. We don't want to rob anyone, rob in inverted commas, of their enjoyment of this video by giving people press who don't need it. But yeah, here we go. Look at that. That's sweet. Beautiful. Well, I hope you enjoyed this WWE Champs Blind Box figure unboxing. And don't forget Kara's annual pro wrestling show that fights oral cancer, Kara's Fight for Emma. is on October 31st, Saturday at Cara Civic Centre. Tickets selling already now. Front row almost full. Other rows selling on the Cara Civic Centre box office or website. And yeah, a lot of the previous shows here on YouTube, on the High Octanes Obsessions YouTube channel. Buy your tickets now. Help our community. Help ICW Central West keep running. And most of all, help tongue cancer patients get the help they need in the time that they need it in. The dogs are barking, so I better get going. Yes, I'll see you at the show.